Today on the channel, we take a trip to the islands, beautiful this time of year, for the Islanders, Tonga Kid, and Haku.
Kyle steps up, he's on with the mic, the warrior's heart, ready to strike, revealing heroes from every dimension, each piece of story, a bold intention, dude's got no charm, just plastic and strife, this isn't a game, it's Kyle's real life, he tears them apart with a fire so bright, every review a battle, every take a fight. See you later, goodbye, what are we doing? In this plastic prison, searching for freedom, cutting through the lies.
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Collect Major Big Rubber Guys unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we're back to an 80s tag team with the Islanders, with the Tonga Kid and Haku. But for all your Islanders needs and everything else, Big Rubber Guys, Collect Major. As they say, the order's the order. These were pre-orders, shipping right now if you did pre-order. After that, you're stuck to the eBays of the world and other sites and stuff, but the order is the order. Now, these were delayed a couple of months, I believe. What is time? But here they are here in January of 2026, and we got a lot more around the corner. We also got an unboxing of Kerry Von Erich, the old Texas Tornado, and Bruiser Brody. Check that one out. Should have Rambo and Jean-Claude Van Damme coming to the channel soon as well. So I'm all in on the LJN style figures from all the different companies. Obviously, playing a lot of hits for me growing up in the 80s, and LJNs being the first ever wrestling figures I did purchase as a little kid, or my parents purchased, whatever you want to say. Semantics, Todd McFarlane. But one thing we are going to do is do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And I guess let's start off with Haku. Why not? An old friend back again in the LJN style. Now, once upon a time, he was a very hard black card to get. I did have that as a kid, and I do have that in my collection now. So it's a nice little yin and yang. And we do have another Haku coming very soon. I'm hoping I get that at the doorstep here in the next couple of days. And that is King Haku. And I remember distinctly as a little kid, they were promoting it as King Haku. And then all of a sudden you got an Islanders version of Haku at the doorstep. I didn't hate it. It didn't upset me or anything. But I remember just saying, oh, that's weird. That's strange. But, you know, you're 7, 8 years old. You don't really think much of it at the time. But I was happy to have Haku as a kid because him and Andre were quite the powerful tag team in my Fig Fed as a little kid. So cool to get that Haku one in the future. Now this one we're going to talk about here, a little controversial. You know my take, and it is controversial apparently, Mr. McFarlane. I understand it. I fully understand the original LJN Haku is very expensive and very hard to get. I just don't think you need to re-release it in the same body style and stuff like that. Now I believe there is some differences, so I am very happy about that. It's basically like a repaint variant at that point. But I hate nothing more than just straight up re-releasing in the same poses and stuff. So if I was in charge, I would have made this a little bit of a different pose. Is what it is. You can't fight City Hall, especially when it's been released already. But I like them to be different. And you know, people say, oh, you're an elitist collector. Well, I'm a collector at the end of the day, be it elitist or just a random collector, whatever it may be. You like what you like, you don't what you don't. I would have preferred to have something a little bit different, but that's just me once again. You know, it's my channel, my opinion. You put your opinion in the comments. But there it is, old Haku. But we do get some accessories with this one, which is pretty fun. Collect Major, Big Rubber Guys up there at the top. Haku here. Haku ready to square off, ready to take somebody's eyeball out if he needs to. If he needs to only. Or maybe bite a nose off. You never know what he might be up to. Looking pretty good. On the back of the package, you got that big cross sell, got the big checklist, growing every single day. As the darkness said, growing on me once upon a time. Shout out to Justin Hawkins, of course. But looking good on the back. I don't see any surprises back here. So nothing new, no Easter eggs. Every once in a while we get an Easter egg on the back of these. I love a little Easter egg, especially around the Easter season, of course. But now we're going to get old Haku out of the package. You guys know I do save my packaging on these. There's old Haku, and man, I don't have the best sniffer in the world. My dad broke my nose too many times on the old basketball court. I think that's what it is. My dad had the sharpest elbows known to man and would just get you all the time. Why will he not come out of the package? There we go. And I can't smell very well every once in a while. But man, when you got an overpowering factory smell, you can smell that. There's no doubt. But there it is. Old Collect Major. Off to the side, a nice gentle. See you later. I do save the packaging, as I said. But now we're going to dive into Haku here. And I guess let's talk accessories first. 2 accessories. They got the same accessories for both of them. Got the little headband over the top here. Very stereotypical Islander, I would say. but we got that going on, looking good here. And then you got the beaded necklace here. These, what? Todd McFarlane? Oh, Todd McFarlane from the couch said he's got beads like these. Oh, you do? You have them on you now? I don't see them. Oh, deep cut. But there it is right there. We do got some beads, some black beads here, but a nice necklace there for Haku, giving a little extra pizzazz, I will say, with that. But now we're going to dive into Haku himself. Looks a lot like the Haku I remember, obviously much improved here. Constant learning, constant improvement. It's been 100 years since the LJN's Grand Toys, so this is different. Now, same positioning as I said. I'm not a big fan of that, but I do like that the face looks different. The body's a little bit different. It's just updated. It's not using the old homework again. So it's not as much different as I would like, but it's more different than some of the competition, be it Latuni or Mattel, I will say. You got the taped up fingers on this one. White wrist tape going there. Very colorful pants on him here. And I love the little, I don't know, I was going to say Hawaiian, but I guess Islanders. And Hawaii is an island, you're right. So I don't know. You got the white wrapping down there. And then the bare feet, always dangerous, but bare feet as we know. Beautiful tan skin tone on here. I love that. Very nice. And then a very stoic look on Haku in the face department. Got the beard going on, a little mullet action, 2 eyes, 2 ears, a nose, and a mouth, playing all those hits. Not the greatest playability figure, but enough to be dangerous, I will say. Cross bodies all day, splashes off the top, drop kicks, the usual fare with the guy like this. But it does look good for what it represents. I have no issues with this Haku here. And of course, I do have the original Haku from Once Upon a Time. A very pricey figure, as we know. Very similar, but at the same time, just different enough. And it's funny as I really do like both head sculpts. Both of these remind me of Haku. Maybe that's just my mental image. I do not know. But there it is, looking pretty darn good. 1989 Grand Toys Limited, made in China. Made in China, collect major. Some things never change. I wonder if there was like some grandpa that worked in a factory and now his grandson is making the big rubber guys. Could that be true? That sounds like a great piece at the end of a newscast. And lastly today, before we leave you today, we go to a factory in China where, of course, one of the guys, we'll call him Joe, has been working in this factory for a long time, making LJN figures, and he's passed it on to his, it just writes itself. You know how it goes. But now we're going to move over to the Tonga Kid, first ever action figure. I think so, unless there's some weird deep cut out there I don't know about or some third-party craziness. But I don't have a Tonga Kid in my collection, so pretty cool to get a big rubber guy here, and pretty cool to get a tag team once again. 80s, the land of the tag teams. Very nice to get the Tonga Kid here, looking very good. Tonga Kid, big rubber guys, all the usual hallmarks here, nothing on the sides of the package. Same background there, of course, that we got with Haku. Let's get this kid out of here. Now he's the Tonga old man all these years later, but love a little Tonga Kid, and he's falling right out of the plastic, so we're not going to do that. We're going to put this back in. We're going to slide it. We're going to give the old gentle off to the side. See you later. Goodbye. Time to rock and roll with the Tonga Kid. Now, we got the same accessories we got with Haku, the headband, and, of course, the necklace over the side. I'm sure you could put these on Haku if you wanted to. The LJN, yeah, you could if you wanted to. And you got Todd McFarlane's beads here. You can stick those over there. So you could dress up the old one if you want to. Choose your own adventure. It's your figure after all. But we got the Tonga Kid looking pretty good here. Got that gap in his teeth. Man, you can see that thing 10 miles away. Who's that remind me of? It reminds me of somebody. He looks like a young Ed Lover. Anybody doing the Ed Lover dance these days? Looks like a YoMTV Raps friend. Ed Lover once upon a time. Got that mullet on point, 2 eyes, 2 ears, a nose, and a mouth, and a big gap in his teeth. Got a little tongue showing on, big smiling face. Looks like a happy islander is what he looks like to me, but he was a little darker from time to time, as we know. Now, I will say this body position style, pretty rough as far as playability goes. And I know who's playing with them. I'm definitely not, but I always like to put my brain back into 8-year-old Kyle's brain and say, okay, I'm sitting on the floor, I'm playing with guys. What am I going to do with this Tonga Kid? Now, you can do some shoulder blocks, of course, maybe some DDTs, maybe a pile driver, a package pile driver. There's a few things you can do, but not quite Rick Rude levels, but on the way to Rick Rude, and the real ones know all about that. You got the white wrist tape, 2 fists of fury here, 2 black elbow pads, 2 black knee pads, bare feet just like his buddy Haku. White wrist tape there, or ankle tape, I guess more like it. All in all, not bad. I do like the colors on this one. I like the tan skin. The vibrant colors really pop against that tan skin. All in all, a very, very nice figure here. And very cool, once again, to get a tag team ready to go. Haku, don't fall on me, but we got the Islanders here. I'm here for it. I'm here for the Islanders. I don't want to say deep cut. It's not like they're a super deep cut tag team, but they're a little bit deep, and we need Bobby Heenan to manage them. Maybe we'll get one of him and Mattel or grab the old LJN one once upon a time. But very cool to get these here. They might have taken a little bit longer than normal, but it was worth the wait. By no means are they a Rock and Roll Express or a Legion of Doom Road Warriors, but still very cool to have in the collection. Can't wait to get King Haku here probably shortly. We should see, maybe even today in my mail. We'll see what ends up happening with that. Just a lot of fun around these big rubber guys, keeping the LJN movement going. And then you got Mattel and Latuni. There's a lot of brands making these figures. So if you're a fan of this brand, you're eating pretty good in the neighborhood, like a young Applebee's is what you're doing. Now, I did unbox Bruiser Brody on the channel, so check that review out. And of course, the Texas Tornado, Kerry Von Erich, once upon a time, the latest wave. Pretty good, all things considered. Obviously, if I had to put them in order, my favorite of all these guys would be Kerry Von Erich, but I think Bruiser Brody's my favorite of the bunch. Then I'm going to go Kerry Von Erich. Then I'm probably going to Haku, then Tonga Kid. Somebody's got to be last there, but it is cool to get a first ever Tonga Kid figure, at least as far as my memory works here. Not a bad piece of business. Can't wait for the next round. Like I said, Haku around the corner, Jean-Claude Van Damme, John Rambo, should have some of those. And I think Arn Anderson going up February 2nd with a repaint of Arn Anderson. So some more big rubber guys to have and to collect. So we'll be on the lookout for those. Pay attention to the toy news as we'll talk about all of them as they are announced. But there it is, the Islanders. What's your thoughts on these two? Pick up, pass, long game, no game, not so sure game. Let me know in the comments down below. You made it this far, don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bells. We got videos every single day. And then some. We got even more content for you on Patreon, YouTube channel memberships. Tons of content over there every day. And your best way to support the channel. Sir Paul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and The Kyle Peterson Show at gmail.com, which is the name of my podcast, The Kyle Peterson Show. Available where podcasts are found with video cast on YouTube. So for the Islanders and Bruiser Brody, Kerry Von Erich, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Well, are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?